All right, happy Friday, happy um April 17th, very mid of the fourth month of this year. Time is passing by, so you want to learn how to day trade, you want to learn how to get these things right. Here, start off with this, right? So let's start off with NAS 100 because this was so much easier. Um, with NAS 100, put it on the 4, the biggest time frame. That way you can see we're at all-time highs. We have nothing to the left. So for sure, all-time highs on that one. And it honestly was, I actually really liked NAS 100. When we're at all-time highs, NAS 100 can be a lot more ideal. Typically, when you have movements like this, and I still remember like two of these trades, and today marks kind of the third one that just gives me jump scares, right? So, um, you definitely need to be using a lot more of a brain, and you honestly need to use a really pretty damn good chart for US 30 if you're gonna be trading days like this. Um, kind of had one and the only thing in mind, but we'll talk about that a little bit later. But first with NAS 100, look, came up, drop, right? So now we're curling it way back up, drop, came up, drop. So when we came up, what do you want? A drop, right? So you want to see it basically hold either here, here, or here, right? Should have been somewhere like right here. Um, but what's the lowest? I mean, what's the highest low? So we high, create a high, create a high. Now what's the next low? It's this one, right? So let me just clear my drawings again. So clearly, if we have yet to test this area. So yes, it doesn't always close it. I mean, it doesn't always touch it, right? That's kind of what sucks. I mean, because then I actually know what's happening in the back scenes when that type of stuff happens, and it pisses me off as it pisses everybody and each one of you guys off as well. I know for you guys, a lot of these new traders, even traders who've been trading like 15, 20 years, are like, when stuff like that happens, retail traders, right? They're still like, that's a no trading day. Well, you did not take a trade because somebody made a mistake on their end. That's all that means, buddy. Right? So you guys think this is only this you think this is computerized. It's not computerized. We humans, there's people, there's employees who actually are the reason that each candle moves up and down per like millisecond. So um obviously we wanted to see it hold support here, and we wanted to see it break highs. It was really just the perfect day on NAS, right? It was literally like this: create high, low, high, one support, touch support, previous support, newer high, retrace at the previous support, and it would just keep going up like this, right? It just, this type of days are literally the days where you can full port and you can damn near be guaranteed. I mean, it should be like an 80 to 20%, of a chance, of a probability of working out. So it was pretty easy in terms of NAS 100. The only thing is, and this is why I like to have my charts zoomed out, that way I can actually see it, right? Because if you have your chart zoomed in like some people do that, you can't really tell, right? You kind of want to think that you're going to be short up here. So it was fairly easy. I had some people who actually did really well on NAS, actually better than what I was anticipating for myself at the beginning. US 30, on the other hand, as you guys know, I've been trying to put all my attention on this. Now, US 30, really, when you have no market structure, when you're just going up, there's only one thing that kind of should hit you in your mind. I know a lot of people are going to be like, oh, I know I use that rocket example, and so many people are going to be like, well, if it's going to be going up, then the market open is only going to come down. It's not how it goes. If you don't have really any retracements, it kind of makes sense the only retracement we're going to get is that prior to market opening, or maybe even in market opening. That way we can just have a massive push up, right? Kind of what happened here. I mean, it was a very likely situation that I thought of. I didn't think it would be pushing all the way up per se, right? Um, but and if that's a turning point for US 30 right now, then it is what it is. Um, but ideally, as soon as we came in pre-market, I kind of was looking at this area, right? Basically, where that blue line is, 49.082. I was looking to the left because we're not at all-time highs. Yes, this just comes back to next last month, late February of this year. And I kind of realized, this is exactly when you have to look at the charts zoomed out. Now, being really honest, if you're more like this, you can't really see things. You have to keep things like this because you have to be able to understand came up, came up, came down, came down. You have to look at the bigger picture, right? So, came down, push up. Yeah, sure, it didn't come all the way down, so you could probably say that we tried to come down, but we went up all the way. Tried to come up, we didn't touch it, but we came down. So you have to say that basically this is a huge support and resistance area, right? Same thing with this. Came down, bounced, came when we broke it, huge candles came up, nasty flush, came back up to retested flush, came down flush, right? Now we're crawling our way slowly, but eventually back up, up, drop, right? So what do we want to see it over here? We want to basically see it hold in this area. Now in these type of times, as being brutally honest, it's actually really, really more and self-explanatory to be using a support area and resistance zone rather than a line, right? So as you can tell from the two lines on top, I did once I missed my first entry over here, and then I was like, okay, well, she's gonna come back, but I was like, I wasn't so convinced that I mean, I did see resistance in the past, and I was like, she could be holding right here, and if she shows rejection, I'm gonna enter for a short for a retest to push back up. Here's the thing though, I entered for a sell, and next thing you know, she actually I got filled pretty shitty. I got filled like right there. So, um, yeah, it was about that much. And then middle of nowhere, that was my resistance. Let's look to the left, right? This is what matters. Looking to the left, and again, for resistance, it wasn't super clear, so this was 100% my mistake. But I was like, I could see it either holding resistance over here or up here, right? Because of this, right? We came up double, more like triple top, triple body top candles, and then we just started melting, and I was like, okay, I get it. But as soon as I entered a cell, and I definitely wanted to be sure. I wanted to like really be sure that we're melting at that point. And as soon as I hit sell, I instantly got a drawdown because she was fluffing a little bit up, and it looked like she was gonna retest my resistance. The next thing you know, she went back up, and I was like, oh fuck. That's when I looked to the left, and I was like, okay, well, I gotta respect this. If we create anything higher than this, that's gonna be massive. It's gonna be a horrible, shitty day. Now I'm looking here. I saw these wicks. I saw those wicks, and as soon as I saw a retouch here, retap, and then push up, and as soon as I saw this retap, push up, as soon as I saw this tap, push up, I was, it doesn't really take long for you to recognize support and resistance if you're just used to and tame yourself of looking at charts like this, right? You don't have to look in like this. So many of you guys are like, are these zoomed out? Are these too zoomed out? I can't see shit. I can't see shit. Okay, I think we have support. And then your dumbass would do some monkey shit like, I think we have resistance right here. So, just don't be stupid. Um, I got absolutely scared. I mean, at one point I was down negative 217, right? So 217. By the time I saw that we're melting, it kind of looked like a sure thing. We were kind of hovering right here, basically. Um, I know you guys are looking to the right. You're probably looking at the prices for every time talking, but realistically, I wasn't anything more than say like 15 to 20 points in the money, and then I really wanted to see it just either break this or retest, but I thought retesting would be very likely. But still, a boy can dream, and I really wanted to see it break this, right? Basically, either the below my blue line for security or just staying on top of that blue line. If you guys can see that blue line at 49.035 in that purple box. So actually I put the purple box just for the sake of this video. How do I? Yeah. So, um, sure enough, I just wanted to see. I mean, it was like for 3 minutes, I was just every time I'd be up in money like 50, 60, 70. At one point, I was $90 in profit, $92 in profit, and should come back to $60 in profit. I mean, it's just how could I allow that to happen, right? When it happens like almost twice, when it happens to $70, come back to 14, $20 in profit. It's just like, come on, it's like I was already being patient for the most part of the trip. I don't want to wait anymore. So, funny enough, just I started holding over here, and I was like, I had two options, but I was like, I know I want to take a buy, but I was like, let me take while I'm still exploring lot sizes. I was like, let me just take a scalp. I just want to see, basically, and if let me just clear this stuff, right? Actually, I'm gonna just keep it like that because it's part of my thought process. I was like, I just want to. I got in a buy right here of this candle, and I was like, I just want to see a scalp to basically what was previous resistance, right? Basically, this zone. But here's the thing, and I'm gonna show you. I took this. I took. That is not right. Holy shit! That cannot be merely right. But I took this. That cannot be right. So I probably had to be a little bit lower. It was just 30 points of a difference, dog. So I saw this, and I was being a little bit patient. I did get out close to the wick. I kind of thought she was gonna hold and she could reverse. I had no idea she could easily push it. So, um, sure, maybe it was a little bit earlier. I don't agree at all with these numbers. It says 200 points. I caught like I think just shy of 100 points. So that you see how that's very very off. Or either that, or maybe I don't remember it as the way it actually panned out. But either way, I do know I basically just wanted to risk nothing more than 10 points. My stop loss though was close to 30 points, not even a full 30. It was like probably like late 20s. Um Again, makes me even more, yeah, something like that. And I just really just wanted to see previous highs. And by the time we got to previous highs, um she just went up. She kept going up. She kept going up. So I was like, okay, okay. What for the longest time, 10 points trading on and I can show you the pictures, right? I can show you the pictures. This one. So I really did not want to risk anything more than say 10 to 15 points, ideally 10 points, negative 400, and say $20. I did not want to risk more than that. Maybe negative 500, I would have been, I was kind of shaking my head, but I was like, it's okay. It's okay. I'll be fine. I can easily recover it, remake it back. Um, Next week, I was holding that trade. It kind of seems like I was at one point sure I was up 10 points, and then it kind of came back to retest my entry. Was I don't ever recall more than saying like seeing $300 in the red, so I don't remember how many points that was. Probably like 7 points, 8 points maybe in the red, and the next thing you know, she just shot up, guys. She just shot up, and I also want to just show you guys that was just 2 minutes and 20 seconds, right? Not even a full 20 seconds, so 2 minutes and like 15 seconds to be exact. I believe if I'm doing my math right. So 2 minutes and 15 seconds, and she just ripped. So I wanted to risk nothing more than $500, and instead I made that much. Now I'm not no genie, but let's do the math. 3362 divided by say 500, or would it be the other way around? Yeah, so no, it's gonna be this. So my risk to reward was a 6 point. No pun intended, right? No pun intended. But my risk to reward was about 6.7 to 1. So almost a 7 to 1, which honestly is just amazing. It's just amazing. I mean that trade really. The thing about US 30 is that when she she will always follow market structure, but she's gonna once she goes, oh my god, she goes. But here's the thing, she doesn't always start going from the get go. She needs time, she needs patience. It's like an old woman. So once they get their makeup done, then they're on go. But before that, could even be like a young woman. But anyways, um, that was that on my small count. Really, um, I trailed my stop loss aggressively. I did it on purpose. I just wanted to see nothing more. I wanted to basically walk away with something, um, just something in the blue. It didn't matter at that point my uh trade. I realized I can't get anything close to 80, 90 unless if I was willing to let it bounce off of my entry, and I did not want it. That's just what I was scared of, and I was like, I just want to walk away with some type of blue, even that's as much as like 60, 70, 90 cents in the blue. So I think you could call me greedy, but I was very, very scared in this trade, to be brutally honest. um, just because it just looked like we were, I don't know, at that time it kind of looked like we wanted to go back up to retest it before we came back down. By that I mean, when I was in a sell writing it down, it kind of looked like we wanted to basically hold support here or something. Or maybe we were, because we were just stalling here, and we wanted to come back up before we could come back down, and that was really, really scaring me. Um, so just $44 on a small account has been a really tough week on just trading in general. Realistically, I have to check my journal, but I don't think I've traded more than 3 days this week. Two on the big account, three on the small account. I mean, I think one was a small win, like $100 something win, and then Wednesday I made my loss back plus profit plus $98 in profit, and then plus today I think I started this week off with 970 something dollars. So you take $30 plus this. I'm very shy of $300, maybe like 260, 270 in the money for the whole week. So kind of sucks. That's just, honestly, that just means a lot that I have to reflect back on this week, right? So that's that. That'll conclude for this week's trading. Rough. I know a lot of people. Now here's the thing: even if you're in slide trades, even if you're in a red but you didn't fuck up your account, even if you got in small greens like me, or maybe perhaps you did better than me, there's also a small, very, very small handful of traders who actually did well, or who even did remotely close to me, who even kept their account the same, if not better than this week. Then compared to how they started this week and to now, kudos to you, right? So um, hands in the air, hands clapping for you. That's just one of the hardest. This has just been one of the hardest weeks in a while. Um, and it's always nice just to kind of look back and be like, man, I made it. I finally made it to the finish line, which is the weekend, right? So, um, I'm out of town. If you guys, whatever plans you have for the weekend, but you guys definitely need to mentally detox. So mentally detox, have fun, live your life, and just so and so. So there's always a Monday that we're gonna come back, and Monday to Friday, another day just means another opportunity. But same goes for the weekend. So back test, which even I still do. Um, Now, one last thing. This is a new Instagram. Gonna give it one last attempt. Would really, really appreciate if you guys could um, follow and spread some love for my Instagram and for my TikTok. My TikTok is just daytrader103. Everything is daytrader103. This one just has that little, whatever that dash is, that underline. So, gonna try to make different offers on different platforms. So I think, to be brutally honest, I think not YouTube, not Discord. I think Instagram might be the next thing that I actually make an offer on. So, or a little fun opportunity, but it just depends. So as always, peace, love, and cheers. Thank you.